Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Hang on, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's a good cup of coffee. This morning again, I've got Tim Hortons French Vanilla, and I was inspired to use this morning because of one of the letters that came into the Monday morning mailbag that I'll share with you just in a short time. Really, this is terrific, French Vanilla. Love this. And of course, I'm using my magic coffee mug from Phoenix Shaving. This is John from. Talked about this last week. Really, it's just amazing how this cup lights up after you get a hot beverage into it. It's really terrific. And it's a great cup of coffee this morning. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so I hope you got a cup of coffee, and let's talk a little wet shaving and everything. Let's kick it off here from an email that I got from our winner in the 4,000 subscriber drawing, the giveaway. He says, "Hello Mark, I got your giveaway today. I had a great unboxing. This razor is wow. I can't wait to shave with it and the blades. Thank you very much, and thanks for the letter and the nice words. I wish you a good time and a lot of fun with your YouTube videos. Greetings from Bavaria, Germany, Michael." Yeah, Michael was the winner of the Vikings Blade Emperor adjustable razor in frosted chrome and razor blades. And yeah, I sent the package all the way to Germany, and he received it. I'm really happy about that. Now, talks about the nice letter. I did a little handwritten note on some stationery that I created in desktop publishing. This is something that I've been doing for years in answering reader mail. Since my days in cartooning, I would make a letterhead and then write them back a little message and maybe do a cartoon on it and that sort of thing. And that's kind of a tradition I've carried on. So if you win, you'll get something like this. And of course, I'm also experimenting with other templates like this and kind of, you know, a little bit of a variety. I just like the desktop publishing programs. It allows me to be creative, just like the digital tools to produce these videos as well. A lot of neat things that you can use to enhance the videos and be a little more creative. I really enjoy that. Now, the second winner was Alex Armstrong, and he also contacted me. He also received his frosted chrome razor. And he originally wrote, "Hey Mark, thank you so much for explaining the technical glitch. It's not your fault. I can't believe I actually won. Thank you. I really appreciate it." He gave me his mailing address and said, "Have a great weekend, Alex Armstrong." And then shortly after that, he wrote and said, "Hey Mark, I received the razor and everything looks great. Thank you again for making fantastic content. All the best, Alex." So both winners received their razors, and I'm really happy about it. And you know, I'm wishing you very many happy shaves with those razors for many years to come. Okay, let's get to our first letter in this morning's Monday morning mailbag. It comes from Nader A. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Nader. N-A-D-E-R. I'm assuming it's Nader. If it's not, I apologize. He says, "Hi Mark, my name is Nader, and I'm from Ontario, Canada. I'm new to wet shaving. I have always had trouble shaving due to sensitivity on my face and neck, to the point where I had to use both electric and cartridge razors on different parts of my face and neck. Once I learned about the benefits and joy of wet shaving, I watched lots of content on YouTube to learn about the process and techniques. I love your YouTube channel." Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. "I always enjoy your knowledge and positivity in your videos." Again, I appreciate that. "Keep up the amazing work. And a belated congratulations on your 4,000 subscriber mark." Yeah, thanks very much. It's great. It's thank you to all the viewers for all the subscriptions and shares. I really appreciate it. He continues, "I have now started using a double-edged razor, the Wilkinson Sword double-edged razor, for about 3 months now, and I'm loving it. The only challenge I am still running into are the nicks and cuts. I have tried various razor blades, and I've noticed that I definitely need a sharper blade, as I have a very coarse beard." Well, let me just stop right there. Feather blades are really sharp. You know what? You might want to try a feather blade. I think those are the sharpest blades on the market. Now, they are very sharp. I won't use them. My skin borders on the sensitive side. And I will only use those in my Godfather Stonehenge razor because that's a mild razor, and that feather blade ups the aggression just a little bit for me. But I think if I were to use that feather razor in a more aggressive razor, I think I think that feather blade would really, it would probably be a little too aggressive for me. For you, it might be a good choice. I'm just throwing that out. Your mileage may vary, obviously. Also, Viking's Blade makes a razor blade. Let me get it out of here in my case here. I have some here in my Chieftain travel case here. Right here. This is the Viking's Blade Cayenne Hot razor blade. These are made for folks who have a coarse beard. Their mild blade is nice and mild, and I like that. But this is made to be a little more aggressive for coarse beards. So you might want to give this one a try as well. And I think that's part of the fun and the adventure of wet shaving, is using those different blades. Try to find out which one works for you, razor and blade, that sort of thing. Again, this is their coarse razor blade, and this is their more mild version right here. This is the one I use more often than this one. I like this one. This one's nice. I'll put this in milder razors, and this one I'll put in neutral to mild razors. I get great shaves out of both of them, but this one's specifically for folks with coarse hair. So either the feather blade or the Viking's Blade Cayenne Hot, give those a try and see if they help you. Just throwing that out. Again, your mileage may vary, but I think that's kind of the direction you probably want to go in. He continues, I am looking to transition to a better razor, and I'm considering the Mule R89. I know you love the Viking's Blade razors, but those are hard to come by at the moment in Canada, I think due to COVID and shipping. Any feedback on this matter would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, I love the Viking's Blade Chieftain razor. This is a neutral aggression. Since I shave every day, I can get a 2-pass BBS shave with this. Smooth and comfortable. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful razor. This is the razor that brought me back to the traditional wet shave. I like it a lot. But the Mule R89 is a fantastic razor. I have the Baxter of California razor. Now, I have heard through just through discussion on wet shaving forums and through the internet and that sort of thing, that Mule will make razors for other sellers and rebrand them. And my understanding is the Baxter of California razor is actually a rebranded Mule R89. And I tell you, that is an absolutely wonderful razor, and I think you're going to like it a lot. Now, I've not used the Wilkinson Sword razor. On Amazon, I looked at it. I've heard wonderful things about it over the years. It is a twist-to-open razor. Just know that the Mule R89 is a 3-piece razor, so a different kind of configuration. But it's a fantastic, fantastic razor, and I think it'll serve you well. I hope it does. I really do. I think it's a step in the right direction. Very, very smooth shaves from that razor. Absolutely no doubt about it. He goes on to say, P.S. I sent a message on your blog, but that's before I knew of this email address. Love the Monday morning videos, and especially when I see Tim Hortons coffee. And that's why I'm using Tim Hortons coffee. Yeah, I like it a lot too. And did I mention I'm only 3 hours away from Canada? It's a 3-hour drive from where I am here in Northeast Ohio, and right up to Niagara Falls. And I tell you, I think my goal now is to drive up to Niagara Falls, Canada, and go on to the Canadian side and have a cup of Tim Hortons coffee right there on the Canadian side. I think that would be, I'd get a big kick out of that. That'd be a lot of fun, because it is good coffee and the Canadian people are great people. And you know what, if you've never done, maybe I mentioned this in the past, if you've never done jet boating on the Niagara River, my brother, his son Mike, his girlfriend, and myself went up to Niagara Falls, and we did jet boating over the Labor Day weekend a few years back. And with Labor Day coming up and Tim Hortons coffee and this discussion, it just reminded me of that. Let me show you a little bit of what you're in for if you decide to do that. Here, check this out. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And today here in Northeast Ohio, it's going to be 89 degrees. And I tell you, that's great weather to do that kind of jet boating. I don't know if they're operating right now. You'd have to check. But man, that was a lot of fun. We did it on the American side because the company operates on both Canadian and American sides. And then after that, we went onto the Canadian side and had dinner and really just had a great time up there. So yeah, if you're looking for something to do on a really fun day, jet boating on the Niagara River, that was a great time. All right, thanks very much for that letter, Nadir. I really do wish you well in your wet shaving adventure. It sounds like you're off and running, and really wishing you many great shaves. The next letter here comes from Nabil Khan, and he wrote in response to my review of the Cube 2.0 from Phoenix Shaving. He says, Mark, I just received the black one today, and when I tried it, totally loved this product. For once, I got a non-irritated and zero nick wet shave. Thanks for your product review because that helped me create a very good lather this time. Really, I know a lot of the stuff I talk about on this channel is your mileage may vary kind of situation, but I love all these products that I talk about, and I think the chances are very good that it's going to be a good positive experience for a lot of viewers out there. The Cube 2.0 mentholated is fantastic. I love using it. Now when I'm reviewing a new shaving soap, I won't use any pre-shave just because I want to see what the shave soap does. And I've got a new review coming out on Wednesday that's scheduled. I just used this new shaving soap. It was wonderful. You might want to check it out. I'm also looking forward to using that one with the Cube 2.0 as well. But yeah, this is a terrific product because it is soap, and I have shaved with it by itself, which was okay, but really it's a really good product to kickstart your wet shave in the morning. If you haven't tried it, check it out. I'll have a link below to it. And I believe right now, I think maybe a limited time, I'm not sure, they also have a couple of other scents. They have a banana, I think, and I think they have a peach also as well in the pre-shave soap. So check that out because it is a really terrific pre-shave product, and I like it a lot. I use it with just about every morning shave, unless I'm doing a new review on a shaving soap and want to see what the performance of that soap is by itself. But once I kind of gauge that, then yeah, I use that. I use it all the time, and it is very long lasting as well. I'm surprised how much of the Cube I have left. Really very good. So yeah, Nabil, I'm really happy to hear that it worked for you very well. Again, anything that I talk about on this channel is going to be your mileage may vary, but I think for the most part, it's all these products, I think for the most part, are going to work for the majority of us wet shavers. That's why I say, with so much product out there, you'll find a razor, a blade, a soap, an aftershave, a brush, etc., that fits your skin and beard type. You might come across, I might talk about something that is just absolutely fantastic, and for you it just might not be in your wheelhouse, but something else I talk about might just light up for you. And that's why I've shared Nabil's message here, because we went back and forth on this, and he was kind of maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, and I'm just so glad that it worked out for you, Nabil. Really, that's great. Thanks very much for contacting me and leaving the comment. Okay, this next one comes from Roger Samaniego. I think I got that right again, Roger. Let me know. And he wrote, "Good morning. I'm running late this morning, but you're on time as usual. Your positive attitude really helps kickstart my week. Do you film these on Monday mornings? If so, man, you really are a morning person. Thanks for another video, Mark. Have a great week." Well, Roger, that's a very good question. I shoot these videos a day or so in advance before posting Monday morning, because I do have a little bit of editing to do. I have to add music, I have to add the opening titles, I have to add the exit music. And I also have to edit things together. You might see some jump cuts here and there. It's because when I'm reading my script here on my computer screen, I might flub a line and I have to go back and start over. I think there was a recent video I posted where I accidentally left that outtake in, and someone said, hey, you left that outtake in. Kind of saw a little bit of inside baseball there. That's kind of neat, a behind the scenes kind of look. Well, you know, I went in and I kind of trimmed that using YouTube's online video software. Allows you to do that on the fly, and trim that back to what I wanted originally. But yeah, some of you got to see a little bit of an outtake there. But yeah, I try to shoot these in a day in advance. I don't shoot these on Monday mornings. There's just a little bit of work involved in putting it together. I collect, well, just so you know, I collect all the questions during the week and kind of figure out what I'm going to talk about. And then I try to line up the products so I can show you something on screen, that sort of thing. I have everything laid out here, and I sometimes can't show everything because I'll have too much here on my desk or my table. And then after I shoot it, I bring it into my editing software and I kind of edit things together and kind of tighten things up. And if I make a mistake in pronunciation or I flub a line, I go back and I try to start again, that sort of thing. That's why you see the jump cuts there. And it's only, I only edit it for flow and for content. Sometimes if I'm talking too long, I'll trim that as well and get that out of there. So, well, you know what? That's kind of off topic there. Let's not talk about that. You know, so that sort of thing. So yeah, a couple days in advance. And I edit this, and then I get it ready and upload it and schedule it for Monday morning at 5 a.m. I think it launches at 5 a.m. So thanks very much for that question, Roger. I hope that answers your question, and I hope all of you, you know, nice to give you a little bit of inside baseball on that. This next question comes from Adelp 1905. He says, excellent video, a big fan of Rockwell 6S, and now I'm interested in synthetic brushes too. Do synthetic brushes need a stand? I have the Chubby 2 synthetic. My wife bought it for my birthday, and I actually don't know if it's a problem. Wow, that's a wonderful brush. The Chubby 2 synthetic from Simpson, if I'm correct, that's nice. That's a nice brush. Well, this is an age-old debate that has been going on in the traditional wet shaving world. Do you use a stand here and put your brush like this and let it dry out? Or do you just leave your brush standing like this, flat on the base, on the counter, and let it dry out like that? Well, I would think that my experience has been, for most boar and badger brushes, I absolutely hang them up and let them dry out a little bit because they remain a little bit damp after the wet shave. With synthetic brushes, boy, these things dry out so quickly and so easily. It's amazing. I have found myself, just through doing these video reviews and rotating brushes in and out, even for my daily shaves, that I am just kind of placing them on the counter just like this and letting them complete their drying process because they're about 95% dry anyhow. I have found that just giving them a good rinsing, and of course moving the shave soap out of the knot just gently like this as I'm running it underwater, and then just giving it some vigorous shakes to throw off that excess water, I find that it is like 90% dry. And then I can just do a little blotting with a towel, a little buffing to get that additional water out, a little more shaking, and then, you know, within minutes, I find these synthetic brushes to be like 95% dry. So yeah, setting them on the counter like this, it just you know, completes the drying process for me. Sometimes I do it like this. Sometimes I do it like this. Sometimes I'm rotating them through. I'll take a wet brush, a wet synthetic brush, and I'll put it on there like that, and I'll have the other brush next to it ready to go. And then, you know, the next day I'll take this one off. I'll store it on my shelf, and then I'll take this one out. I'll use it, clean it, you know, put it on the stand, and then I'll go have the next brush ready to go. Something like that. Sometimes I omit the stand completely and just, you know, have them lined up on my counter because they dry out so quickly. So yeah, I don't think there's any fear in in having a brush dry out standing up. A lot of wet shavers have said, well, of course you want to stand it up like this. That's why they have a flat base, so you can put it on the counter to complete the drying process. Flip of the coin, I've done it both ways. I haven't seen my brushes suffer because of it. None worse for the wear. Badger and boar brushes, I think that's a further discussion. I think it's a completely different area. But for synthetic brushes, because they dry so quickly, I don't think you'll have to worry about it. But if you do want to get a stand, boy, this Vikings Blade Admiral stand is completely stainless steel. This is one of my favorites, and I do use it, and I like it a lot. So, yeah, hint, hint to your wife. I don't know if the chubby handle will fit on this particular stand. You might want to get measurements, that sort of thing. I know the Peregrino doesn't fit on the handle, but it does fit up by the knot like that. Just so you know. I don't have a chubby 2. I really couldn't tell you one way or the other with that. But yeah, a lot of stands out there to accommodate a lot of different brushes. So you might want to look into what would work best for that particular brush. Okay, so thanks very much for that question, Adelp 1905. I hope that helps. Bobby Van Gilder wrote, I apologize if you've already answered this question, but what are you using to shave your head? You know what? I can't remember if I've answered this question before, but I'm happy to go over it again. I'm using a variety of razors. Certainly, I am using a 3-piece razor. This is the Rockwell 6S with a number 3 plate, if you can see that right there. It's the R3 plate, right there, R3. And this is what they recommend for a head shave, and I use this. And I used it last night, and it does an absolutely wonderful job of giving me a head shave. And it comes in this box right here, and it has additional plates that you can switch out and change the aggression of the shave. But their R3 plate is, I guess you could say it's right there in the middle. It's middle aggression, and it does a nice job. And it gives me a nick-free, cut-free head shave. Now, I am a little bit thinner. The skin is a little bit thinner on top, so I have to put a little extra lather up there. But if I have a good shaving soap that has a lot of cushion, a lot of slickness, especially on top, I'll get a really, really nice head shave with a 3-piece razor. For me, I use safety razors that are on the milder side. Chieftain Jr., which is a twist-open razor, does a great job for me for a head shave. As does an Edwin Jagger, and anything on the mild side, a Merkur 34 HD, Merkur 34 HD, Merkur HD 34C does a really, really wonderful job in a head shave. That one has a very narrow angle of approach, very mild, nice and efficient. But yeah, I find myself doing a head shave for, say, 2 passes and a little touch up here, and I'm done. Really like doing a head shave with a safety razor. If I'm not using a safety razor, I'll use a cartridge razor. Now, my cartridge razor approach is 3 blades or less. The Mach 3 does a really nice job. It has 3 blades. It has a lubricating strip. It also has a strip to kind of stretch the skin a little bit. This does a really nice job. And this is a little quicker process than a safety razor. But again, 3 blades or less, and I like the pivoting head. You just press it to your head and pull, and it will hold that angle throughout. Whereas with a safety razor, you're adjusting it to find that angle throughout your shave. But the more you shave your head, the easier it gets. Another razor I use, and I used this one just the other night, this is the barbershop handle that belonged to my late father. He got this as a gift back in like 1979, 1980. Here it is right here. This came from the Franklin Toiletry Company. This was gold plated. I think the gold plating actually wore off. And this is what's left of it. But this uses the Gillette Track 2 razor cartridges. And right here. And they actually slide on and slide off here. This is let me see if I can show you here. I think I can move this just a little bit. See, it's a solid base here. So this cartridge slides on. And it has a lubricating strip, and it only has 2 blades. This did a really nice job too. A non-pivoting head, nice weight in the handle. And again, you have to adjust that angle in order to achieve a nice result from this. But this was a nice way to do it as well. I would say that the safety razor is probably the longest processed. This is probably a little shorter. This is even shorter than that because it's got a pivoting head on it, and all three of them work well. I prefer using the safety razor though. I just like the process, and I think I get a little closer with the safety razor than I do a cartridge razor. Both of them have advantages. It's just all in what you want. But all three of them require a good lather and good prep. Absolutely get a good lather. Now the last one that I use has really been remarkable. This is the Mmmb shaver, and you've probably seen me talk about this. Comes in a little travel case like this. Here it is. It's a bi-directional razor. It has blades on the top and bottom, and you shave in the direction of the arrows back and forth like this, back and forth on your head. And you can use their shave butter with this right here. And this is just a very thin, super slick kind of a shaving cream. You just massage it into your skin and then just press down and go back and forth. And you can shave your head in less than 5 minutes with this. I mean, even faster than that, depending on your hair type. This has been really, really amazing. And what's really nice is that you don't have to bother with an aftershave balm. Their shave cream right here, their shave butter, acts as an aftershave balm. So after you do that rinse, you'll have a little remnant up there, and all you have to do is just massage it in, and you're done. And this has a really nice scent. It has tea tree oil, shea butter, and aloe. Beautiful scent on this, and it really does a nice job. And I get a nice nick-free, cut-free, irritation-free shave with this. They also make a touch-up tool right here. Very similar configuration as the actual Mmmb shaver, so you can use this to get into some tight areas, say behind the ears, like that. Even the back of the head or down on the neck if you want to reach there. If this is a little awkward for you, it's not for me, but I'm just saying this is also a nice addition to this shave system. So yeah, those are the different types of razors that I use to shave my head, depending on how much time I have and depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Like last night, it was Friday night, I wasn't going anywhere, so I just turned on the radio to my favorite music. I got the Rockwell Success in stainless steel, put in a blade, used this new shaving soap that I'm reviewing on Wednesday, and had a great head shave. And it was wonderful. And yeah, it takes a little longer doing the safety razor, but I was enjoying the shave. That's the whole idea. Sometimes you just want to take the time and enjoy a really, really nice shave. Other times, okay, you're a little pressed for time, so you go with this or with this. Just depends on your time and your schedule. So that's what I use for my head shave, and I hope that answers your question, Bobby. And I don't know if you're a head shaver, but those are what I use, and I enjoy all of them, but really the safety razor is probably the most enjoyable because I enjoy the traditional wet shave and using a safety razor. Okay, in wrapping up, this next letter comes from Mark Bagwell via Facebook, and he wrote, "Yours and two others are the only channels I watch consistently, Paul H. Films and Ken Surfs. I watch for the reviews and the comradeship of the wet shaving community, and I love the Monday mail calls. I sit down in my favorite chair with a freshly brewed cup of Java and enjoy." Well, thanks very much, Mark. Now, the reason why I'm reading this letter is because what he wrote here, the comradeship of the wet shaving community. And that's very true. There really is a wonderful wet shaving community out there, and there is this comradeship, this brotherhood, if you will, within the wet shaving community. I've learned this over the years. And we've just lost two members of the wet shaving community who have passed away this past week. And I wanted to acknowledge that. And the first gentleman I did not know. His name was Kerry. But I know that many viewers were friends with Kerry, were familiar with him and his contributions to the wet shaving community. We were all informed of his passing from a post that his daughter Amber made on his Twitter account. And she wrote, "Hi everyone, this is Kerry's daughter Amber. Unfortunately, Kerry passed away this morning. I will be posting a GoFundMe link shortly. Thank you." Later on, she posted, "We are currently waiting for an autopsy. We'll keep you guys here on Twitter updated. Thanks to everyone sharing the GoFundMe link." I will have that link to the Twitter account so you can go up there and get additional information if you want to contribute to the GoFundMe account or get additional information, that sort of thing. My sincere sympathies and condolences to Kerry's family, and to those of you who knew Kerry and were friends with him. The other individual in the wet shaving community who passed away was Jill Snoddon. She was known as She Shaves with Jill. She had a YouTube channel. She was very active in a lot of wet shaving forums. She was also a subscriber to this channel and commented on this channel. And I knew her just through her comments and through some of her posts on some of the wet shaving forums. And she was really a feisty, lively individual, I can say that. And she would point out little things in my videos that maybe needed to be tweaked here or there. And she said it rather matter-of-factly and just directly and to the point. And I appreciated that. One of the things she said was, and one of the cameras that I use for my shaves, it has a fisheye lens. And she said, "You know what, I'm not a fan of that fisheye lens." And I thought, well, yeah, maybe I should do something about that. And just through the editing software I have, I found something that would get rid of that and make it a little more, well, like this, nice and flat. And yeah, so I appreciated her pointing that out in her very direct, matter-of-fact way. So she will be missed as well. And I wanted to extend my sympathies and my condolences to her family as well. So I just want to wrap up by saying that. So really, folks, hug your kids, love your spouse, say hi to your parents, catch up with an old friend over a cup of coffee, and I'll leave you with this. Victor Hugo said, "Life is a flower of which love is the honey." Make it a great week.